Good morning, ladybugs. Okay, I'm here at my new time, 11 o'clock now on Tuesdays. Oh, I don't have to wait around till 12. Okay, hopefully that works out for y'all as well. I got a lot going on here. Okay, let's see where we're at camera-wise. When you get here, if you want to say hi, feel free. Hi, Jeannie. I need to drink water. I feel quite froggy. You guys, most of you know that I'm in Las Vegas and it's rained for, I want to say 4 days. My backyard is a lake. Not as bad as California, but really bad. Man, I haven't seen this kind of rain in a very long time. I've lived here for, I don't know, 45 years. I've not seen rain like this in a very long time. But it's good. We need it. Which means come around April, we'll all have such hay fever because everything will be blooming. But that's okay. All right. There's Shannon. Hi, sweetheart. Hey, Laura. All right. I'm going to dive in because I want to do a lot of stuff today. We're going to work on 2 projects at once. First, you knew I was going to do it. Look, little gold feet. That's the cutest thing you ever saw. I know. And I put feet here too. I kind of like them this beige color. I don't know. I don't know that I'm going to do them gold. I might just leave them that color. But anyway, little tiny feet on everything. Yeah, that was really fun to do. Okay. Hi, Katharina. Gold and white Sweden. Oh, but it's gorgeous. Hi, Patty. Laura. Oh, Laura, I already said hi to you. You get 2. You get 2 hellos, Laura. All right, let me get my act together. So I have 2 things going here. Let's see if this is cooled off enough yet. That's cool. I can't remember what I was going to do with this. I was going to do something with this. It's a piece of trimming from Trimmings 2. I'm going to put it at the bottom of something, but I don't remember what. Hi, Lorena. Hi, Diana. Diane, I'm sorry. I'm just going to trim this and I'm going to give it a quick coat of paint so it can be drying. As you well know, I make most of my molds with hot glue. Works for me. I love it. It's a process. There's a learning curve. It took me a while to figure it out. But I rarely use clay. I'll use clay like if I have to wrap like these. The collar on that is clay because you have to wrap it around, so every once in a while only clay will do. But for the most part, for things that are just going to be flat, hot glue does the trick for me. That's a really cool border. So I've got a couple of from frames 1, and I've given them a coat of linen ruffle. I'm going to give this a coat of linen ruffle. Okay. Hi, Donnell. Hi, Christina. There she is. Hey, sweetie. So you guys, I'm excited about our new private Tag Along Tuesday team group. That's kind of cool. If you've not heard about that yet, go on my page, Old to Ooh La La Art, and you'll find an invitation there, and you can come and join us. There's my sweet Gail. Hi, sweetheart. Hi, Mary. Mary. I'm sorry, I can't get to my mailbox. It's too wet out. It's too wet outside. As soon as it stops raining, I'll go to my mailbox. What was I talking about? Oh, Tag Along Tuesday team. We need a private place where we can be private, where I can offer like deep discounts on things, which there's one over there right now. I just want a place where we know that we're private. I don't know how else to say that. Private's best. Most of my pages are public, but the private thing allows you to do stuff that's private. I don't know how else to explain it. Cheryl, did you get a new iPad, honey? Hi, Kathy from Louisiana. Okay, so I've got a nice little coat of paint on that. Let's get this out of the way so I don't get paint on everything. So here's my thought. These are papers. Gosh, I hope nobody asks me where they're from because I don't know. I think this is from Graphics Fairy. I belonged to their premium group for a while, and this was in their, oh, I'm so glad, Cheryl. This was in their premium group, and I printed that off. You know, before I cut into it, I should go make a copy of it, but I'm not going to. This is paper from my porch prints, and if you're interested, I'll get you a link. These bunnies are from my porch prints, I think. Let me look. Maybe not. Oh boy, that's... No, these are not porch prints, but I can see who it is, so I will, if you want links, let me know. I'm not going to put links in unless somebody asks me. Okay, so I took a shadow box, okay? The shadow box is going to be for these papers. This big 8x4 tag, which you can get tags, sets of tags in my shop, theoolalashop.com. So this is going to go here. Let me remember how this goes. The small one goes here and the big one goes here. And then this is all little Peter Rabbit images. Hi, Leanne. You found me. Hi, Madonna. Hi, Judy. These are images that I scoured the internet for and resized them. I think I did it last year, the year before, so they would fit perfectly in these little frames. Okay, so I sell these in my shop, theoolalashop.com. They're printed on my inkjet, no, my laser. They won't smear, let's put it that way. Yeah, they will not smear. And I think it's like $4 for a page. You get 6 images, and it's really good quality. Really, really nice quality. I think we're going to use this little image here. Look how sweet. And we're going to, yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. Okay, so let's work on this one first. Let's work on this one first. Laser. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you. So if I'm going to do, I generally hold my papers up, you know, like I'm holding them up and the light shining through, and then that way I can see where I want to angle my paper. And what I want to do is, I'm going to give it just a little fold because I can see where it's. So this is kind of what I'm going to, and this ends right here at the end of this. I'm going to offset it. I'm going to put it up here, and I'm going to put the little image of the little rabbits. They're foraging for little veggies and stuff, and this is all like strawberries and corn and everything. And then this mold, because I have a very large place right here, will go across the bottom. This is going to be darling. Yeah. So that's what we're going to do there. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Ann. Dina. Hi, Dina. Yeah, so that's my thought process. So let's start by attaching our paper to this tag. So I need a paper trimmer. I need a pencil. Hi, Debbie. It is a long time no see. Where you been? Okay, so you know what? I'm just gonna cut all of the edges off of this. Man, I really want to go make a copy of this before I cut into it. You guys, would you hate me if I left for 2 seconds? You ordered the wrong size card. It's 3x6. Will that still work for stuff? Okay. What do you mean, Mary? Like you just ordered cards? Hi, Robin. Mary, we'll talk after the live. I'll hook you up, honey. I'll hook you up. I didn't hear my little shop go off, so I don't think anybody can I go make a copy? Thank you. Really want to. It's really pretty paper. How pretty it is. Listen, you guys can speak amongst yourselves. Judy, I have a really good laser printer that I love. I'll be happy to share the info with you if you'd like. In fact, I've had a couple of followers buy the one that I have, and they like it very much. It's a Brother printer, and it's not crazy, crazy expensive, which is why I bought it. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go make a copy. You guys talk amongst yourselves. It'll only take me a minute. I'm back, you guys. So I made a copy. That was super quick. Yeah, the Brother laser printer is really good. I really like it. She puts the best papers and emulsions together. Oh, thanks, sweetheart. All right, you guys. You weren't supposed to leave. Whatever. So I made a copy, and then I have my original. And the color's a little bit different, but I kind of like this really deep one. This one got like really deep. The thing with printers is you kind of never know what you're going to get. Do I want this deep colored one, or do I want this one? Let me see what. I'm going to do this one. Here we go. So what I really want to show you is how easily you can decoupage computer paper, because that's all these are printed on is computer paper. And the frame has a bit of a convex to it, or whatever you call that, curve. There's a way to get it to lay nice and flat, and a lot of people don't know that. And I'm going to show you. Okay. You went and made a coffee. Good for you. Restroom break. Okay, so here, this is beautiful. I kind of want to offset it. I can bring this up a little bit because I'm going to put my down there. And then this goes this way. And then my frame is going to go up here. I love it. And I'm going to cut a little bit more off of this side over here. There. Okay, that's what we're going with. Now we're going to decoupage it. All right. So I use Mod Podge because it's inexpensive and it works. So that's what I use. So I need a piece of plastic wrap. Okay, and then I'm going to put a little, just like that, up top. And I'm going to lay my paper right up. I've got a little bit here that shows, but that's okay because I'm going to put that border piece down there. So I'm not worried about that at all. Okay, so that's good there. Press that down. Hi, Peggy. Judy, I'll put a link to the printer that I use is in my Amazon store, and I'll put a link if you want to look at the specs of that one. And I use the plastic wrap just to smooth everything out real nice. And you can see I just kind of work from underneath, a couple inches at a time, just like that. Probably go down all the way to this. Okay. And smooth that right down with that plastic wrap. Ooh, this paper's pretty. And an old English, you're welcome, Judith. It's got an old English garden look to it, which I like. Make sure we got everything the way we want it. I think we do. I'm going to cut off this side. I don't know who I'm kidding, thinking that I'm going to do 2 projects. That's awfully ambitious of me. I might, though. All right, there we go. So that's like that. Now, let's talk about, we've got our little frame, which is going to go up here. Love that. We're going to do, you know, foofy ribbons up there. I love that offset like that. And then we're going to do a border piece down there, which looks amazing. I'll probably bring it up and cut that down a little bit. I don't like this little light area showing. I'll probably bring this all the way up like that and just cut the bottom off. Oh, that looks really good. Okay, now what? Okay. So trying to decide which. I keep going back to this guy because I like him. I like that there's background and I'm just wondering if it's going to cover all of that white area. I think it is, but I really like her too. I think it's a squirrel. Isn't she darling? And then there's a little mommy rabbit. Show of hands. I'm paralyzed. I don't know which one to use. Do we use this? Do we use her? Or do we use the mommy with the, or do we use this? I just don't know. I'm going to start cutting some out. I'm going to put links for everything when we're done, you guys, okay? So I'll put a links if you want to get a sheet of this for the spring. I'll put links for everything. The one on the bottom, that's the one I just cut out, Christina. My concern, no, it's going to fit. Okay. So when I do this, there's a couple of different ways I've done this. Sometimes I just take my fingernail and run it around. Sometimes I'll take like a piece of tissue paper. So I'll show you the way that probably works best. Okay. I'll take a piece of tissue paper and I'll lay it here. And I take my fingernail and I run it. I don't want this to move. I run it around the inside and push. There's a little ridge right there. Okay, so now as you can see, there's an outline. Okay, so let's cut that out. So now you've basically got a pattern. At one time when I was using this frame a lot, I used to use this frame for everything when it first came out. I cut this out of the clear like backing stuff that you pulled off your stamps. And so I had like a hard piece that I just used over and over again. And it's here somewhere. I don't know where, but this will work too. If you were not watching me, I would have just taken that piece of computer paper and done that, but you'll get a better result with this if you've not done a lot of this kind of stuff before. This result will give you a better outcome. So then when you put this here, you can see that it fits perfectly. Now you can take this, and because you can see through it, you can angle it exactly over what you want. So I've got, just want to make sure that I'm getting the best part that I want. So I've got the veggies, I've got okay, I like that. I'm not going to use pencil because it scares me. Then, I don't know. I can always erase it, right? Very light pencil. Very, very, very light. Okay, so now I've got a very, very light pencil line around there. And now I'm going to come in and I'm going to cut. How come when you cut something, you get instantly quiet. I always get really quiet when I cut. I don't know why. Okay, so now we've got a perfect picture that fits in there. Now, you say to yourself, how's she going to get that to lay flat? Because look, it's not flat. Okay, and if you try to do it just like this, you're going to get like maybe a fold or a wrinkle or something. Here's what I do. So my, what's this called? Decoupage, Mod Podge. I take my mister and I mist this and I get it a little, and it's fine because it's on a laser print. So you guys, I'm trying to read about the printer stuff and I'm losing track. I'm going to quit looking at comments. It will make the paper very, very soft and more pliable. But because it's printed on a laser, it's not going to affect the color at all. Okay. Or when you put on mascara, your mouth's always open, right? So I'm going to give it a little, I'm going to do this off camera. Okay. A little spritz on the back. Look, it'll fold right up like that. A little spritz on the front. And then what it'll do is it'll start to lay down again. So now it's softer. Okay. Now it's softer and it's more pliable. Okay. So now I'm going to take my Mod Podge and I'm going to put just a little bit up here using the same theory of just, just applying a little bit at a time. This is very nice and pliable now. Okay, so I'm going to put that right there. We've got a perfect fit. I'm going to take my plastic, just like that. Fold this little guy back. Ooh, that's a lot of Mod Podge. Fold this little guy back. I'm going to come in under here. I'm going to do the whole thing because I don't want the paper to get dry. Just like this. Okay, you see? Now I'm going to lay this down. This paper is quite pliable. Lay it down. Press with my fingers a little bit. And then with my plastic. And go all around the edges. And you'll see that I won't have any wrinkles or weird bits. It will lay perfectly in here without, and if you tried to do this while the paper was dry, you'd have like creases and buckles. And now I'm just kind of taking the plastic with my fingernail and just kind of driving the edge of that in to make a real nice seal right there. Just like that. Ta-da! Look at that. Not a wrinkle in sight. A lot of people don't think you can do stuff like this with computer paper, but you can. You just have to get it a little bit damp so it softens. Softens. Oh, bye, Mary. Good luck with your PT, honey. The music, yeah. Music in your car. It's so true. It's so true. Is it an old thing? I don't remember doing that when I was young. I can't see things if the music's too loud. Okay, so we've got this. Let's see how this looks on our, oh, so cute. And there's blue here that's not really on the card so much, but not to fear. I'm going to bring some blue ribbon in that will pull that all together. Well, you can't see that. That will pull that all together. So yeah, it's going to be really super, super cute. So let's get this guy laid a little bit flatter. Just a little bit flatter. This is still kind of damp. I'm going to put that in the water. Okay, so we're done with him. Let me get my ducks in a row here and see what I'm. This is danger. Let's get rid of that. So here's something that I just thought. I don't know what I'm thinking. Which just goes to show sometimes you just screw up. Why did I decoupage that paper on there when I know that Fabric Tack would not have made the paper do that? It's not a big deal. It's going to lay flat, but jeepers creepers. What a nitwit. I know better. Okay, that's okay though. It'll lay flat when it dries. Always use Fabric Tack with paper. Christina, the mold is this one from Frames 1, okay? From Frames 1. It's in my shop, the oolalashop.com, which is scrolling across the bottom of your screen. And if you would save that on your computer or your phone, you'll be happy you did that in April when things start to change and you can't find my shop. Okay, so what I want to do now is kind of measure this and cut it off because I know I have to paint the end of it. So I'm just gonna, yeah, that's just okay. So I'm just gonna cut that off. I don't think that's gonna work. I think I need. Aaron, that's funny. I've never heard that before. I've never heard that before. That's pretty funny. Okay, there. See, so now the end of that is not painted, but that end is. So you have to be aware when you're cutting these things off that, and I've just got a brush here with a little bit of paint on it. So I'm just going to paint that and then boom, we're done. This is all going to be antiqued. Wait till you see when you antique this. This could not be more smooth. That is as smooth as it can be. There's no wrinkles. Look how sweet. I think those are onions and little carrots. I love Peter Rabbit. 1,000 years ago when I had my child, his nursery was Peter Rabbit. And I just loved it. The giant Peter Rabbit sampler that I worked on, I cross-stitched my entire pregnancy. It's so beautiful. If I think about it, I'll take a picture and show it to y'all. Okay, so I'm doing this. This is going to go here. We have to finish the back with some kind of paper, but I think I'll probably do that off camera because that's not all that interesting. But we do have to do this. This is a must because this paper is just way too in your face. And we need to cut these little things off too, right here. Boom. Boom. Okay. And I'm going to come around and make this look amazing with my vintage photo Tim Holtz ink. I would like it if Iron Orchid came out with a real pretty brown. I tried to make my own brown once and it was all right. It wasn't great. And then like, look, this is like too stark. I'll just come in and hit it in a couple places like that, just like that. And not for nothing, but wait for it. You guys know what I'm going to do. You guys already know what I'm going to do, don't you? Ta-da! I have to. I can't make something with paper without doing that. So I'm going to, this is the quarter from Vintage Textures that goes on every single thing I make. because it's fabulous, I'm going to give it just a little blot because I don't know how, and boom, and just give it a light little press. Look at the difference. Look at the difference that that makes. Now look at the bottom where it's not, like it's not down here. This is fabulous. I love this. And you can take it, I'm not even going to re-ink, but you can take it and just kind of put marks where you want it, if that makes sense. I love these little dot things. They're really cool. So there. And then this will go here. Oh, this is going to go down here. I love this. And we're going to have like a big, beautiful bow situation up there. That is really, really pretty, I think. Let's make these beautiful. We might even rub and buff. I don't know. These need to be addressed. So the first thing you need to do is you need to seal them. I'm going to seal mine with heavy duty extreme varnish in satin finish. You can find this in my Amazon shop. I used to be a retailer for Polyvine because I believe in it so much, but it's I had to downsize. You know, I'm just one person and I'm getting old and I'm tired. So now I only do Iron Orchid. That's all I do. I used to do all the powders and potions and everything. And it's a lot to keep track of when you're by yourself. And yeah, I had to let some things go. But you can find it on Amazon, and I'll put my shop link up there. And if you buy it on Amazon, I get a couple pennies. It doesn't cost you anything more, but I get a couple pennies. So now I'm going to seal this so I can antique it. And I'm going to seal this as well. Okay, so I'm going to seal. I just work out of the bottom. I'm going to seal the face of it. Here. It's like you're in another country. I'm so far away. Okay, so I'm going to seal the face of it. I'm not going to go crazy, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Yeah, I love dead flat too, Belinda. I have both, and depending on what I'm doing. So I'm just sealing the face of this, just like that. That is sealed, okay? Now I'm going to come and I'm going to seal the paint here. I kind of push the paint down into things like this. I can't believe I decoupaged that paper onto that tag. What was I thinking? I think I got distracted because I went to make a copy, and yeah, it's crazy. I know better. So I don't want to fill up all these little nooks and crannies with this product, because those nooks and crannies I want to fill up with antiquing gel. Okay, so that's done. Very important step if you're going to antique, because if you don't do this first, everything just turns brown and you'll be very unhappy. And you only have to do that once or twice before you never do it again. I used to paint furniture years ago, and I did it on a big piece of furniture. Oh my God. I had to repaint the whole thing. Yeah. And then I did it again. So I've done that twice. I've done that twice. So if you do it more than once, it happens. You just forget. You get excited and you're working on your project, and you know, yeah, it's easy to forget steps. So I'm going to dry this. I'm going to stay far away from it because these are made out of hot glue and I don't want to melt them. So I have this, which is very, very high heat. So I'm easily a foot away from this. Okay. Look how pretty that is. Oh, that's so pretty. And what I want to do, I'm going to try to do is make like a little shelf sitter with this other look, you know, because all of these, somebody mentioned, Casey mentioned that all of these tags that I do, you could easily put them on a little wood substrate and make a shelf sitter. It doesn't have to be a tag. It can be a shelf sitter. All right, there we go. Yeah, I think this is probably going to get some gold on it. If I had to guess, I would say it's probably going to get some gold because I got 2 new tubes of Rub and Buff that are burning a hole in my pocket. I use Valspar Antiquing Glaze. I've used it for years. I love it. No reason to change as far as I'm concerned. That's just my personal preference. Everybody has things they prefer. I prefer this because I've used it for so long and I know exactly what it's going to do every time. So that's a good thing. And I get it at Lowe's. I used to sell it, but again, I had to downsize because I'm tired. I'm only one person. Okay, so I generally just work. I've been doing this for 5 years. This is only my second jar of this, and it's down to about right here. So it's maybe 2/3 empty, and I painted furniture for years. This is only my second jar of this stuff. This stuff goes so far. So I'm going to make this wet, and I'm going to put, because this doesn't need to be like super dark. If you wanted it super dark, it certainly could be, you know, just use it full strength, but I find you don't really need that. So this is all sealed, so I know that it's not going to be an issue. So now I just come and I pounce on my antiquing gel. And the pouncing motion is important because it drives this product down into all the nooks and crannies that we talked about earlier. Make sure you get your sides, okay? Your sides will stay white if you don't address them. You can see there's some little white. You've got to look at this stuff from every angle, okay? Make sure you get your ends. This is my other side. I'm looking at it from every angle. That looks pretty darn good. Then I take a paper towel. It's damp. Make it a little bit more damp. And I pounce, 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 pounce. Okay. Then I take a clean part of my paper towel, get it a little bit wet. And this is where I will actually pull back, you know, go over the high spots and wipe all of that product off. So beautiful. That never gets old doing that. So I'm just going to, there, that's done. I'll just kind of pounce the sides a little bit. Pounce the ends. That's done. Look how beautiful that's going to be laying across our, yeah, very pretty. Okay, so that's done. So now let's work on our frame. Again, I'm not going to go full strength because this stuff's very thick. Water it down a bit. I'm going to work first on the frame itself. I'm not going to put product on here because even though this is sealed, it will still grab this product a bit. And you don't want your paper to be too dark. At least I don't want my paper to be too dark. So I'm very careful about how I apply this product over decoupaged paper. Generally what I'll do is I'll take this, like when we're done with the frame, this will be all covered. I'll usually just take this and like rub it across the face of this, and that gives me enough color. But right now we're going to work on, I'm just going to kind of drag this along in here. I'm going to come in real quick and kind of push those sides in because I don't want to get a line of dark right there. Okay. Again, pouncy, pouncy, pounce. Get your edges. I'm thinking about this other little thing that I want to make over here, you guys. It's going to be really cute. We'll start it. We will at least start it. So I'm getting some, but I'm going to come in immediately with a clean part of my towel and wipe that so it doesn't get too dark. I don't mind if it's a little dark, but I don't want it too dark. Now I'm going to pounce. Okay. Yeah, that's a drag. You can't buy this stuff in Sweden. Are you sure? You know what? I'll ask in the stockist group if anybody ships to Sweden, if you want me to, Katharina. Because I know that there are people that ship worldwide. Look, my side is very white. You've got to be aware of the sides of your project, okay? So I can just come like this, do a little pounce situation. You don't want to be all done with your project and then you look and you have a big white spot. That's not good. How that detail pops. That's just so sweet. Isn't that sweet? I love it. So now I'll probably come in, put a little bit more down here. I feel like I didn't quite get the look I was going for. So I'm putting some in there. I'm going to pounce it, and then I'm going to wipe just across the high points. There, see, some more stayed behind that time. Look at that. That's beautiful. These frames, once you add all the, potions, man, they're really pretty. I think I have to go to the US and fill a container with paint and take it up to Sweden. I just sent a big order to a young lady. She's from Mexico, but she's here staying at a hotel for the Super Bowl. And evidently she can't get Iron Orchid in Mexico. She ordered like a big order and it just went out this morning and it's going to her hotel. And yeah, she's so excited. I was excited to send it to her. That's a little dark back there. So I'm just kind of making like a little thing like this to kind of get in that hole back there because that looks a little dark to me. Okay, so when that's all done, I'm going to take as much off of this brush as I can get. A lot. Hi, Carol. And then quick as a bunny, get it, bunny? I'm going to go over the face of this with this very, very dry brush like that. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to wipe it off. And you'll have just a bit of that will stay behind. Just enough will stay behind. You could come in. This is where our little teeny tiny, I use these things all the time. I can't believe that I never knew about these. Look, they're little eyeliner brushes and they could not be thinner. Okay. How thin that is. And I use these all the time, especially, well, not especially, I use them for all kinds of stuff. But now I can take this and I can go just around the inside here and really define. Look, really define that. And I'm going to come and just give it just a little touch. But look at how that makes a difference. See how that's defined? Love it. It's the little things, you guys. So I'm just going to go all the way around the edge. And then I'm going to go back in. Touch it with my wet cloth, just a little bit, kind of push it around. That is perfection, as far as I'm concerned, or as close as I can get. Yeah, that's darling. Look how cute this is going to be on here. Oh, so cute. All right, let's do that then. So we're done with that. How do we like this? We like this. Make sure the tone's okay. I just have a feeling these things are going to get hit with rub and buff. Just something tells me. Yeah, it would probably cost you a small fortune, that's for sure. It'd probably cost you more to ship than what you'd actually pay for the product. Okay, let's get rid of this. Let's zoom out, okay? So let's clean up our space so we don't get anything on the back of our tags that we're working on. There's that. This guy, oh, yes, please. Oh, it's fabulous. It's so English garden. I absolutely love it. So I'm going to make a mark and cut right there. Really, really sweet. I'll cut right there. There we go. And then I'm going to, yeah, it looks like they're walking down a path. It does, doesn't it? Ooh, that was a happy accident. It looks really nice. I'm very happy with it. That's, oh, it just could not be prettier. So I need to put something on the back of this. Look how cute. It's really cute. It's not big enough though. So I think I'll put, what am I going to put? I got a really pretty piece of yellow paper that might look really nice there. Let's just see. I got some ladybug stuff that I'm doing, you guys. Oh, I'm going to make a ladybug key. Cute. So many ideas. I kind of like this paper for the back of this because it brings out some of the yellow. Let's put this on the back of here. And how about if we attach it with fabric tack so it doesn't buckle our card? How about if we do that this time? What a dummy. I don't know what I was thinking. It'll be fine. I always cut my borders off. Okay, you think, oh, well, I'll just move it in. And no, you'll forget. And then you'll have a border running through your project and you'll be very mad at yourself. So I always cut my borders off. And that way there's no issues. Okay, so I'm just going to put this here like this and measure it. Measure, measure. I'm going to cut that. And look, you know what's cool about this? We could actually stamp something on that if we wanted to. Oh, goodness. You okay, buddy? There. Shannon, I'll talk about all that stuff at the end, honey. I'll go in and do a dissertation in the comments and tell everybody what's what. Okay. I'm fairly sure that this paper, I used to belong to the Graphics Fairy, like, I don't know what they called it. Like it was a thing that I paid for. I paid $100 a year to get access to some papers that you didn't have normal access to. And I think this was one of those papers, and it is gorgeous. So let's use our fabric tack like we're supposed to and attach this so we don't have to mess with the, should we stamp something on here? I feel like we should stamp something. Let's get our toys out and play. So I started at 11. So it seems like at 1 o'clock I would lose a lot of people. So I started an hour earlier. You know, my goal is to make these an hour long, but that never happens. So, but I don't, it hurts, it doesn't hurt my feelings, but you know, I want you guys to stay to the end so you can see what's what, you know? So I don't know what I want to put on the back of this. If I want to put anything on the back of it, maybe we'll, ooh, I love this stamp, but you know, there's a lot going on there. So I don't know that it even needs a stamp. Do you think it even needs a stamp, you guys? Probably not. You know what? Maybe we'll put, here we go, to the rescue. We're going to put the old workhorse. You know what I'm talking about. Kindest regards. Because that's a big, it's a big area. Look how big that area is. Yeah, that'll be beautiful. And this is, it's beefy enough that it'll show. I'm not going to use my stamping platform for that, because I don't need to. I am going to get this out. I don't know what am I going to do it in black? Am I going to do it? I'm going to do it in. A lot of stuff going on here. You guys give me 10 seconds to clean up my space because I'm running out of space. You know, your space gets smaller and smaller. Put the same stamp on the front. What? Melissa, I tried to tell everyone. Oh, Belinda, what a sweet thing to say. You know what? I might put a little bit. Thank you for mentioning that. Who said that? Katharina. I might put just a smattering of something up here because I know that I have a little bit of space up here. So I might put just a little smattering of kindest regards. So thank you for mentioning that. Should we do it in brown or black? I think we should do it in black. And I know from, yeah, there's a lot of black on there. Never mind. And I don't really care if it's perfect. So right now I'm just seeing where the, right there. Let's see, I've put the stamp over the card to see exactly where my lettering is going to end up. Okay. Now, I'm going to remember where that is. Hopefully, I'm going to go like this. And the thing with kindest regards is, I hate it when it's crooked, like slanted. No, it almost always is. So, oh, it does look like a wallpaper. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's going to give me just a little bit of something, something. And I can use my pressure tool on this because it's got a backing on it. So I'm going to use my pressure tool instead of using my fingers. Just making sure that my stamp doesn't move. Let's see how that looks. Oh, that's pretty. Very, very subtle. But it's nice. It's literally invisible. But I still like it. It'll show up more on the front. Oh, yeah, it didn't really bring anything to the table, but it's pretty. We'll do it. We'll live with it. There's a little something there, a little more. Perfectly imperfect. That's right. That's right. It does add a bit of depth. Thank you, Erin. Thank you. Okay, so fabric tack for the win, so we don't get more bend in this thing. All around the edges. And then I just kind of do one of these. I got it on the table. Just like that. I kind of pick my stuff up and go like that. This has like a little bit of open time, like you can kind of move it around a little bit. There, so now it's all finished on the back. That looks really, really pretty. I'm going to cut this. Yeah, that's kind of what it looks like. This is going to be pretty too. I love this paper right here, and I do know where this paper is, and I'll put a link for it for sure. I really want to get to this, even just a little bit. I really want to get to that, so we got to move along. How long have I been on, you guys? Somebody tell me, because I'm giving myself 2 hours, okay? I looked away, and it really started going sideways on me there. Yeah, that's really pretty. Cut a little bit off the bottom. See? I'm going to use my trimmer for that because I know it's quite thick and I don't want it to get, oh, only an hour. We got so much time, you guys. There. I wanted a nice straight. So when I made my trimmer, I caught the corner of that paper. You see that there? And it kind of like accordion folded it up. But I'm fairly sure that I can unaccordion it. I can, and glue it down. So never panic until you've tried everything. After you've tried everything and it didn't work, then you can panic. Oh, come on, I really want it to work. There. Now I want to do this. Oh, Christina, you're so sweet. you guys are so nice to me. So, you guys, I'm super excited about the new stuff. And I will say, I know nothing. I know nothing. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know when it's coming. Okay, the Iron Orchid stuff. So I have no ideas. So, I mean, I couldn't share anything even if I did know, but I don't know. And it's driving me crazy. Driving me absolutely out of my mind. Okay, I feel like this needs to be a little bit darker. You know how I love my antiquing. This just looks like the most fabulous English garden, doesn't it? Oh, it's so pretty. All right. Moving on, Victoria, you got work to do. So we got that. This is going to go here. Love it. This is going to go down here. Love it. Now, the big question is, do we do, oh, that's so pretty. Do we do rub and buff, or is it overkill? I think we need rub and buff. I answered my own question. Okay, so here we go, rub and buff. Yeah, I love my rabbit holes. Yeah. Judy, I have no idea when the release date is. I don't know anything. Full disclosure, I know nothing. Yes, my frame is made with hot glue. It certainly is. Both of my frames are made with hot glue. Look, see? Hot glue on the back. And it's super easy. It's way easier than you think it is. If you go back, you'll find here's the trick with hot glue. And there is a trick. There's several tricks. Your glue gun has to be 100 watts, or you might as well not even try. Okay, it has to be super, super hot. That glue has to come out like honey. Okay, yes, on the rub and buff, it has to come out just, look, we got another hour, so I'm going to show you. What should we make? Let's make this one. This is one of my favorite frames. It's really little. I wish this frame was this big. The edges on this frame are spectacular. So here's my glue gun. It's 100 watts, okay? I'm going to come and I'm going to start at the deepest part of the mold. You are never, ever going to hurt these molds. Look, this is a 100-watt glue gun, and it's not going to hurt it. You're not going to hurt. The only glue that is super useful to you is the glue that is sat in this chamber, okay? As this feeds into the chamber, it's not as hot as what's sitting here. So if I'm making a lot of molds, or if I'm making a really big mold, I'll have both of my glue guns plugged in. So once I've used everything that's in here, I can switch out and use the other stuff that's really heated that's in this chamber, because this stuff out here is cool and it's not going to come out as smooth as you need it to. Okay, so do I want to make this one, or do I want to make this one? I'm going to make this one because I feel like I would use it. So I'm going to go to the very lowest point. Look how that comes out. It comes out just like butter. Okay, and it'll smooth itself out. That could not be more smooth. Okay, and it'll, see, it's starting to spread. You can see it at that edge. It's starting to spread. So now I'm going to come and I'm going to kind of let the glue do the work. Okay, I'm going to come all the way out to the edges, and it'll flow into all those little nooks and crannies, just like that. It'll kind of marry itself to what I've already put down. Now there's another little trick here that I'm going to show you in a second. Make sure all your little edges get filled in. This has a lot of little ruffly bits around the outside. Okay, that could not be smoother. It's so smooth on the back. Then I'll take this, which is super hot, and I'll just put it there, and that will make it melt even more. It'll make stuff go out into the edges even more. Or if you had like a high point that you wanted to make flat, you could do it with this. You could do it with that gun, okay, with that heat gun. So that's it. That's how you make a hot glue mold in, like, I don't know, 5 minutes, if that. It will be ready to unmold. We'll unmold it together. I'm going to add a little bit more in here because I can see I need to. And then I'm going to hit it again with this because I don't want any things popping up. I want everything to lay nice and flat. Okay, there we go. That's how you make a hot glue mold. We'll unmold that in a few minutes after it cools off. Okay, so I know what I was thinking, guys. I knew I had to decoupage this paper onto this wood. That's what, yeah, okay. Now I don't feel so silly. Okay, so I'm going to do a mixture of, Titebond and hot glue to attach my pieces. But first I'm going to rub and buff, okay? I like to rub and buff with a brush because I have more control. I'm not going to go nuts on this, I don't think. I always say that. So look, I'm just getting, I like to use a flat brush so I can lay it flat and just hit the high points, okay? So being aware that you have the most product when you first start out, so use a very, very light hand starting out. And I'm just going across the high points. Do you see? Let's see if we can get it to just across the high points. And then when your product, you know, gets a little bit, you just press a little bit harder. I just want it on the high points. Boom, done. That's done. Let's see how that looks. Oh, it's spectacular. Look. Oh, it's so good. Very happy. I want these little, let's add more rub and buff. I want these little circles to be very gold. I feel like they should be very gold. So I'm putting more rub and buff. Sorry, I'm off camera. Like across these little circles, like that. There. Yeah, I like that. I can't ever leave well enough alone. And I am going to go on the sides. Just like that. Look. Because that looks good. And if you see, and I'm going to do the ends just like that. You can see I'm kind of using my finger to spread it out a little, just like that. And that way, if whatever side people are viewing this from, it's nicely finished. All right, so let's make sure I don't have any rub and buff on my hands because I don't want to get it on my picture. Oh, he's so cute. Peter Rabbit. Okay. Yes, it did. It warmed up. You're absolutely right, Shannon. Okay, so here, again, I've got a lot on my brush, so I'm going to be very, very light-handed going across. Very light-handed, okay? Just kind of laying that brush flat inside that little area there. I don't really want to get rub and buff on the picture itself, but I do want to get that. There's a little area in there that's kind of raised, and it looks really good when you get rub and buff on it. But you also can get it on your paper if you're not super careful. It's got like a little bit of texture to it. It just looks really good when it has rub and buff on it. Okay. Then I'm going to come and I'm going to do the outside. You guys, I'm going to do a silent auction here in the next few days, so keep an eye out for that. Can I buy rub and buff on Amazon? Yes, you can. The gold color that you want is gold leaf. There's one called antique gold. I don't like it nearly as well. I only buy the gold leaf, and I buy mine on Amazon like two bottles at a time because I use a lot of it. Okay, that looks amazing. Don't you think? Really, really nice. Man, these frames are something else, huh? Who would think some hot glue and a mold could look like that? Yeah, it is hard not to get it on the paper. Now, if I was thinking, I would have got out my little eyeliner brush. Again, perfect for that method. What you need to remember is to buff your rub and buff. A lot of times, even I forget still. So I just take a paper towel, I make it soft like this. Were the frames painted white first, or is it the white resin? No, it's not resin, it's hot glue. And yes, I give everything, all of my castings, I give a coat of chalk paint or nothing will stick to them. So it's not about rubbing hard, it's about friction, okay? It's about friction. And you get like this amazing, like, can you see it just kind of pop? I can see it here in person. Don't forget to do your sides. Yeah, I know, hot glue is amazing. I see people say, oh, it doesn't work. No, it actually does work. It's literally all I use. But there's some, you know, there's some things to know to make it work well. And the first and foremost thing is your gun must be at least 100 watts. Okay. So that's going to go there. This is going to go there. And somebody said something about putting a little bit of stamping on the front of this, which I kind of like. Maybe up here, but I'm scared. I'm kind of scared. Let's see if this is, okay, so here's how you know when these are ready. That's not ready because I can see it's still kind of wrinkly. See that wrinkle? That means it's not set yet. So I'm not going to try and take that out yet. So we talked about this, and I'm a little scared. So I'm just going to kind of, boy, that scares me to stamp right on that thing. It really does. It really scares me. What to do, what to do. Huh. I'm going to stamp on here and see how much ink is left. Okay, there's not a lot of ink left over from, what I don't want is like super dark. I don't want that. And I think it has to be black. As much as I love the brown ink, I tend to almost always do this kind of stamping in black. So I'm going to put some here, and I'm going to do a little bit of an experiment. I'm going to, okay, so I've got that. If I do it full strength, that's what I get, which is not bad. That's not bad. If I do it, like blot it first and then do it again, that's what I get, which I like a little bit better. I don't know. I'm overthinking it. And I don't really know what I want to put on here. I think I want to put like maybe that right there. Yeah, let's do that right there. Let's do that right there. What the heck? What's the worst that could happen? What is the very worst that could happen, you guys? Okay, that I am going to give it just a little teeny tiny bit of a blot, just a bit. Okay, I'm going in. So if this is right here, and this is right here. Oh, this is so pretty. Move that down a little bit. I'm going to go right there. Ah, I love it. I got that. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm not unhappy. I'm going to put a little bit right there. I'm not even going to re-ink. Kind of holding my breath. It's pretty, isn't it? All right, Dina. See you, honey. Yeah, that looks good. Put that there. I feel like I should have just a little smattering of something right there. That's good. That's some good stuff right there. It's all very subtle, but it's good. So I'm going to put that right there. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, almost happy. Looks really, really nice. I mean, you could even put it all the way down this side. Should I do that? I don't think you guys can see it. So I've got a little bit here. I've got a little bit here. I've got a little bit here. Should I do a little bit right here? Subtle rabbit hole. That's funny. Maybe I'll just take this little bit right here. What the heck? Why not? Why not? We're having such good luck. Let's press it. Let's press our luck. Okay, so I know I want to, whoa, I know I want to stop right there. So I'm going to just ink that part. I'm going to, oh boy, that's really dark. I'm going to blot. Sorry. Okay, it doesn't show a lot, but that's okay. I know what I want. It's just subtle, just little layers of stuff. And of course, this is going to have ribbon up here. Okay, happy, happy, happy. Let's attach these. Oh, this is a beauty. Okay, so I'm going to attach these with Titebond and hot glue. Titebond for the long haul and hot glue for the in the moment. And you can mix the two of them. I'm so glad I didn't see that before I did it, Cheryl. I went for it and it worked. Look, it worked beautifully. It looks beautiful. It's beautiful. You never know. I mean, I shouldn't say this because we got another project, but I haven't ruined anything in a really long time. And I'm really happy about that. You know what? This is done except for the bow, and you've seen me make bows and ribbons and, a billion times. So we're going to leave this here and we're going to work on the other piece, but this looks amazing. I can't wait to get a good picture of it. This is so charming. It's so old English garden, isn't it? Wow, is that pretty? Very happy. Okay, let's put that to the side and let's decoupage. That's what made me think decoupage. I'm going to decoupage this paper to this shadow box, to the outside of it, okay? And then I'm going to take this bunny. I'm not sure which bunny, this bunny or this bunny. I think I'm going to take this bunny because I like all this verbiage right here. And I'm going to decoupage her to there. And then she's going to go here. And I'll probably, I don't know, I'll probably do some kind of a corner, like maybe from, oh, is it really, Shannon? You know, I kind of like it too. I'm not going to lie. It turned out really, really pretty. You never know. You never know how stuff's going to turn out. And, you know, I'm quite happy with it. What I'm looking for right now is my dainty flourishes because I feel like, right, there's a corner piece right there. I feel like I could, now, paper placement's going to be important here. Here's what I don't want. I don't want to lose this rose. So if I do it like that, and I want to offset things because I'm going to put a corner piece down here, that doesn't really make any sense. And if I do it like this and put that there, the corner piece, I wish this rose was over here. I don't want this to be out of camera range because it's so darn pretty. Okay. Let me, oh, perhaps like that. And then we'll have a pretty corner piece down here. And then we've still got our pretty rose. And maybe we'll do some, what am I trying to say? More kind disregards, because that worked out really well for us last time. See, I can't do it that way because the paper's not enough paper. I did it this way. Seeing where I get the most bang for my buck. I like things offset. Not enough roses there. If I do it that way, I think we'll probably do it that way. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to make my I'm going to make my corner piece first so I know exactly where it's going to go. Does that make sense? Sheila, hi honey. What am I making? Oh, just stuff. So I'm going to make myself a mold. Let me look and see if there's anything else that would. Is that the best corner piece? Yeah, I think it really kind of is. I can't, right off, without going through every single one of my molds, which I don't want to do right now, I can't think of anything else that's like the perfect corner piece. This is perfect. This is from Dainty Flourishes. So there, I've gone ahead and done that with hot glue. Hi, Donna. Now look, this is ready to come out. Okay, so you can tell they're ready to come out. When you bend them, watch, it's going to change color. See how it's changing color? That means it's done. That means it's done. Boom. Perfect casting. That's all there is to it, folks. You might have some little fuzzy bits, like look, there's some little fuzzy bits right there. See those little fuzzies? I just take my finger and I pull them off like that. I might, on rare occasion, have to go in with my scissors and clean them up just a little bit, but it's totally worth it. That's a perfect little, and here it is painted. That's the same mold, and that's painted. Okay. Okay, we'll let that cool off. I think we're going to go with the placement of the paper like this. I think is good. So we've got that beautiful rose there. That corner piece is about that big, so it'll go there. So our rose will still show. And then I'm going to offset and put this up here So I think we're going to stamp perhaps this whole piece of paper with kindest regards. What do you think? Should we just go for it? Some measuring to okay, so there's that. Oh, goody. Christina, I thought you were already in. Where's my Amazon store? Judy, it's at the top of my page, the Ooh La La art. But when this video is over, I will put a link to everything that I've used that I have links to. Okay, I can't do it right now because I can't multitask like that. But I will put the link to my Amazon store, okay? Thank you for asking. Yeah, you need at least 100 watts, my love. Super important. Nothing else is going to matter if that gun is not hot enough. Okay, and this paper, I don't believe, I know for a fact, is from my porch prints. And I think it was from a bee thing, and I made a whole journal with these papers. Oh my God, it was spectacular. It was so pretty. Yeah, it was really, really pretty. Okay, so we got this, we got this. Oh, I got this little guy hanging out over here because I just want to look at him. I don't know if I can even let this go, you guys. It's just it's so pretty. So pretty. Yeah, I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that to go so nicely. Okay, so I think we should stamp across this with kindest regards. What do you think? Or I do have another really good stamp that I like a lot that has some really pretty French stuff going on. This is a really pretty stamp. Maybe we'll do this. This is a little more subtle. Kindest regards is kind of like in your face. It's pretty thick. Is that the word I want to use? Thick. So if I did that like that, then I'd have to match it up. Ooh. Not saying I couldn't do it, but yikes. So if I did that like that, this would go there. That would look really pretty. And then I'd have to match it up. And should we give it a try? In black. I think in black, for sure. Okay, so I'm going to ink this. And it's on a backing, and so I'm not using my my inking platform because it's already on a backing, and I'm not going to take it off of the backing because it just doesn't make sense to do that. I'm going to dab just a bit. I don't want it super dark, and I don't care if it's even perfect. So I kind of want that, that look, the look. Make sure I have it right side up. Oh, yes, yes, yes. This is the most beautiful stamp. It's like $6. It's in my Amazon store. I use it a lot because it's just got this really small, wait, what you see? It's got this really small, beautiful French stuff going on. Look. Have you ever? Oh, it's perfect. And this is going to go right here. Yes, please. It's beautiful. Now I got to line that up, which might not be the easiest thing in the whole world, but I bet I can do it. So I'm just going to go on the edges like that. Kind of give it a little. Oh, it's tough. It's tough to know where to go. I'm just going to go for it. Oh, I just love when things work right. Don't you? Don't you love when things go the way you want them to? Oh man, that's a beautiful piece of paper. Look at that. Look at that. That is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I love it. All right, now what are we doing? See if my little corner is ready to go yet. It is. Okay, so there's my little corner. That's going to go down here, which I like that idea. This is going to go here. I like that idea. This whole thing needs to be decoupaged to here. So we'll do that now. Okay, decoupage. Decoupage. I am going to hit that ink with just a little bit of heat. I know it's just as dry as it can be, but I would like to be absolutely certain. Can you guys appreciate how beautiful that is? That is so beautiful. In person, it is the most beautiful, beautiful. Oh, man. Man, oh, man. You know what? I'm glad I thought of this before I put that down. I'm going to do my vintage photo around the edges. I like to make my corners a little bit darker. And then I'll come in because, you know, I've got that beautiful, and I'll just give it a couple of little smushes like that. Just like that. Perfect. Okay, that looks really nice. Really nice. Now, I'm going to decoupage this to that. I could probably fabric tack it. Let me see what it says about wood. Pre-wash fabric, pressure. Do not use on varnished furniture or as a worker. Yeah, you know what? Don't reinvent the wheel, Victoria. I'm going to give it a little spritz of water to make it a little bit softer. Not a lot, just a little. See, it's going to curl up. It just kind of softens the paper, makes it a little bit easier to work with. I'll lay it right down there. Square it up. I need to sand the sides. I can certainly do that. Well, this is going to be just a beautiful little something something, and it's going to be a shelf sitter, so it can stand up on a dressing table or if you're new to doing this type of thing, work in inches. You know, I've done this so much that I just kind of do the whole thing at once. Mostly I just press. I think we're going to paint the sides of this that dusty rose color. This is going to be beautiful. And I'm going to find something beautiful to put on the inside back. I don't know what yet, but it'll be something. Okay. So happy. I'm so happy, you guys. Look how good that's going to look. That's going to be really pretty. I hope my bunny does it justice. This is the bunny I was going to use, this kind of gray bunny, because there's gray here. So that's the bunny I was going to use. Let's see if he's up for the challenge. The rose paper is a printable, and I'm going to find a link for it for you guys, okay, after I'm done. All right, so I've been smart. I would have saved that little piece of tissue paper, that little guide that I made for myself. I would have saved that so I could use it right now. Oh, but it's a different size anyway, so never mind. Never mind. This is no bueno. I gotta wash that off. Yeah, yeah. Everything is just, shouldn't say it yet, but everything is just hitting on all cylinders today. Yeah, things are going really well. And you know what I think it is? It's that I've given myself more time. And yeah, so I've given myself more time. So I'm not rushed, and I'm not worried about you guys thinking about, you know, the next live that you have to get to. And so, yeah, this is going to be beautiful with, oh, I think this calls for some kind of lace situation up here. And this definitely calls for lace. I mean, there's just no two ways about that. This definitely calls for lace. Let's see how our little bunny is going to look up there. So I'm going to take a piece of tissue paper, and I'm going to make myself a little, I mean, I could just leave that like that and be happy. It's so gorgeous. I have to make something else with that paper. I've forgotten how beautiful that paper was. So I'm taking just a little piece of tissue paper. I'm taking my fingernail and I'm running it around the inside to make myself a pattern. It's much easier to do it with tissue paper than it is to do it with the harder computer paper. So now look, I've got a little, you can see it. I'll cut that out. Yeah, I think she's going to be so sweet there. So I think in the next couple of days, I'm going to do a live over in the new private group, you guys. And the private group is free, doesn't cost anything to belong over there. I'm going to do a little live over there just for you guys in the little private group. And you can find it on this page where this live is happening. And you can just ask to join, and I will add you. Make sure I got that right. Close enough. Okay, so now the beauty of this is you can look through here. See, I love the little writing that this little guy has up top. Love that. It's French, go figure. So let's just see. Will the bow for the tag have a bit of the berry color in it? Yes, it will. And it'll have a little blue, and it'll have, here's my colors for my bow. Here's some of that berry color. Here's some of this really dark green. Here's some blue to pick up Peter Rabbit's jacket. And I'm going to put some lace too. We're going to have a whole lace situation going on. Yeah. 170-inch TV. It's so funny. Well, maybe I'll do hair and makeup. Maybe I'll actually go on camera. I don't like to go on camera anymore. You know why? I don't like messing around with my camera angles. Like, I like to get it right and then just leave it. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. That other stuff makes me seasick. Okay. It's scaring me. I can't see my pencil line. If you cut these wrong, they don't, go all the way to the edge. And it's not the worst thing in the world, but there. Okay. Oh, yeah, those script letters are the best. Yeah, there's a whole library of stuff over there. You can just watch and watch and watch. There's so many videos over there. I'm very, very thankful that I did not lose that whole library of work. I'm going to have just a little bit of these flowers, which are going to be beautiful. It's just going to be so sweet. I got a little straight right there. I'm a little afraid of that cut. Oh, it's a terrible cut. Terrible. I'm just bending that part with my fingernail. Can you see where I bent that? And I'm going to cut that off so it'll lay flatter. Okay. I don't know why I keep putting this back in the water because I keep needing it. You downloaded Facebook to your TV. Yeah. Gail, I haven't been on camera in a long time, honey. Well, Sandy, I should keep them, but I don't. I don't. I, I don't know. It's just easy enough to do another one, I guess. When I used to do a lot of them, I cut them out of that hard plastic that your stamps are backed with. And so I had like one that was, permanent. And I'm sure it's around here somewhere, but who knows where. Is that going to be good? Oh, it's going to be darling. Look. Darling. Okay, so let's spritz this guy. Spritz, spritz. Let it lay there for a second and get soft. Decoupage. I'm going to do the whole thing because it's small. Plastic wrap. Is that soft enough? Not quite. I did get a little bit of a wrinkle on this one, but I'm able to push it right out. I don't think you can even see it. Can you see it? It's like right there. It's like so small, it's not even a thing. So don't be afraid to decoupage with your computer paper. You just have to get it damp and let it sit for just a second so it gets soft, okay? But you have to know, you have to make sure that it's been printed with laser so your colors don't run. How sweet is that going to be? That is going to be sweet. Where's the this little corner piece has to be painted and put there. I'm going to antique everything and seal everything. You can't see what? Oh, you can't see. Oh, good. Can't see the wrinkle. Good. How long have I been on, you guys? Time check. I should put a clock out here. Okay, so there's that. Now we need to paint that. Well, that makes a nice little corner. My table is just a mess, you guys. Oh, this is so pretty. I have to print some more of that paper and make another tag with that paper because that paper is. And I just came across it. I was actually cleaning out my office and I came across a folder full of papers and I thought, what? Yeah, all those papers were in there. I didn't even know they were there. Okay, so that's all painted. That's painted. We're done with that part. Let's dry it. Then we've got to seal everything and then antique everything. Oh, she could not be sweeter. Yeah, I'm going to paint the sides of that like a dusty pink. Maybe I'll just put more of this paper on the inside because it's so pretty. Do I have enough to fit the back of that? I think I do. Alrighty. Let's. Now what are we doing? We're sealing. I'm sealing today with Polyvine Heavy Duty Extreme Varnish in a satin. It's in my Amazon store. I'll be putting all the links when I sign off, you guys. Generally, I sign off, I go in and I make lunch, and I sit down and I do all my social media stuff, links and posting pictures and all that kind of stuff. It's a job. I mean, I do it like 5-6 hours a day. Or whenever anybody asks me for anything. I talk to people all day long in messaging and stuff, and I like that. It's nice. I feel like I have friends. Well, I have friends, but you know what I'm trying to say. It's just nice. How long have I been on, you guys? Okay, so we're going to seal this. So I'm going to seal this very quickly. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on that. I don't want to make it sopping and wet, just like that. That's sealed, okay? And then I'm going to seal the frame itself. Have you said what the discount is in the private group? I have not said that yet, but as soon as I'm done here, I will go add you and you can see it. You'll be fine, Christina. I know it's hard to wait. $153. Okay, it's time for me to go. Time for me to go, whether I'm finished or not. Time for me to go. Okay, so you've already seen me antique. You've so you know what that process looks like. So I'll be doing all the rest of this off camera. I'll be doing bows and stuff. I don't know, maybe I'll do bows tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. What's tomorrow? No, tomorrow I have to go to physical therapy. I don't know. I don't know. The only thing I know is on Tuesdays at 11 o'clock, I'm going to be live. That's the only thing that I've committed to thus far. Saturdays just weren't working out for anybody. I don't know if it was football, if it was, I don't know what it was, but it just wasn't, nobody was around. And yeah, so that wasn't a thing. Hey, Dee. Okay, so that's where we're at. I'm going to take some progress pictures so I have something to post. And I'll go, I'm going to put a link to the group here. I'll put a link to the private group. I'll put a link to, thank you, Shannon. I'll put a link to my Amazon store. I'll put a link to these papers. I don't know about this one, but definitely I know I can link you to this paper. And that's it, you guys. I will talk to you soon. Bye, ladybugs.